One of the best things about the web is that it puts the world at your fingertips. Unfortunately, that means both the good and the bad parts. One such danger for teens is online gambling. Between poker, fantasy sports, and other games, there are a lot of ways for kids to risk money and time on gambling. But by staying informed about the dangers of these games, you can help protect children from potentially serious consequences. Gambling is risking money or something else valuable on the outcome of a game, contest, or other event. With high-stakes poker games like Texas Hold'em on TV, glamorized casino life shown in the movies, and the prevalence of lottery success stories in the media, it's easy for teens to think gambling is harmless, especially since it's easy to do online. Try to think of some of the potentially negative consequences teens can face if they gamble by answering this question. When you're done, click Next. The truth is, all of these things we listed are potential negative consequences of gambling, especially for teens. And in today's technical world, all of that is even more likely to happen with the ease of internet gambling. A study by the Media Awareness Network showed that nearly 1 in 4 boys in 10th or 11th grade has visited a gambling website in the past school year, even though it's illegal for anyone under 18 to gamble. These gambling sites are easy to access, make it simple to conceal identity, and often require only a major credit card to play. Fantasy football sites and other betting games are also forms of gambling as long as the players bet money or anything else valuable on the outcome. This is illegal in many states and can have serious repercussions for teens with parents, teachers, or school administrators. Let's think about what attracts teens to online gambling by answering this question. When you're done, click Next. A lot of gambling websites don't do their part to keep kids from accessing them. With bank account information, or more commonly just a credit card, teens can be illegally gambling in no time. But the convenience doesn't change the law. Remind teens that just because you can doesn't mean you should, and there are a number of reasons not to. The legality of online gambling has been a contested issue for some time now. Some states have outlawed online gambling altogether, while others specifically prohibit only online sports betting. The debate over online gambling has recently extended to the Senate, where new laws are being discussed. But for all the debate, the issue is clear when it comes to teens. It's simply never legal for a minor to gamble. Kids might wonder what could go wrong with a little anonymous online betting. Your answer should be lots of things. One of the most alarming of these is addiction. Teens are among the most at-risk populations for developing a gambling addiction due to their age and lack of experience, their freedom from monetary responsibilities, and the widespread availability of online casinos. Do you think you can recognize the difference between addictive and healthy behavior? Answer this question, and then click Next to keep going. Once a gambling habit gets out of control, it can disrupt all areas of life: mental, physical, and social. Gambling addicts often drive themselves into enormous debt and can eventually lose their cars, homes, or other belongings. It's especially important that teens don't start that habit early in life, when it can have ill consequences for years and years. Teens that are problem gamblers eventually begin spending all of their time online, ignoring schoolwork, family, and even friends. For an addict, this behavior is not at all unusual. Teens with a problem are more likely to ignore their obligations just so they can spend more time on the internet betting. Try your hand at this activity about the negative effects of gambling before you click Next. Another important concern is that because gambling is meant for adults, online betting websites aren't kept safe for teens. Teens are exposed to serious dangers by visiting any adult site, like meeting online predators or becoming involved in mature or offensive dialogue that isn't censored for a young audience. Think about how to handle communicating with teens by answering this question. When you're done, click Next. One last thing to remember about gambling is that aside from the risks of addiction and breaking the law, most schools have rules against it as well. If teens gamble on campus, the school may contact parents, issue detention, or even suspend or expel the child. Just as the teen would get in trouble for breaking any other law on campus, gambling is taken very seriously in most schools. The good news is there's plenty of help out there for teens who have a gambling problem. There are anonymous services meant to help those with an addiction, such as the National Council on Problem Gambling Hotline, a free and confidential helpline for people with gambling addictions. And don't forget, teens should always feel comfortable telling a trusted adult what is going on. Here are some real-life examples of how the concepts discussed in this lesson could be used in a classroom, either as a teaching tool or an administrative aid.